Good evening, welcome to Wightlink Raiders TV. We're joined by Wightlink Raiders head coach Jeremy Cornish. Pleasing aspect, 2 wins after trailing both games last weekend, Jeremy.
Yeah, definitely. The starts aren't doing us any favors right now. We seem to be every game going down a goal or two right off the pop, and we've tried some different things in warm up and trying to talk to the guys about getting them set, but I'm not sure what the exact problem is, but we'll try to pinpoint it, because if we don't this weekend, we're going to be in trouble.
And obviously against Chelmsford on Sunday, a 3-0 deficit at home in the first period would normally mean you're clawing your well back in the game, and you're probably likely looking at a loss or a draw, and you've actually finally managed to get the better of it. It must be pleasing from that psychological standpoint.
Oh, definitely. I know it was a cup game, but these cups are, when I've been looking through the cup stats the last couple of days, and we're actually in both cups still, which is really, really good news. Both the Southeast Trophy and the League Cup. So we set out at the start of the year to be in to win all competitions, and we still are at this point in late November. So I'm pretty pleased with that. But we've got to sort ourselves out with the start of games, and if we do that, I think we'll be all right.
And obviously your main aim is obviously the league title. You're still pretty much up the top 2-3 there with Invicta Dynamos. It's going to be a three-way battle, literally right through to sort of January, February time. Obviously, it's good that for the league that all 3 teams are still neck and neck and pretty close.
Yeah, definitely. It's the best thing for the league, and it's the best thing for us as well, because as everybody knows, it's a semi-professional league, and here on the island, we want to make sure we're in the competitions till the end, because there's nothing worse than coming to play games and giving up your weekends when you've got friends and family that you can be spending time with. There's no sense for us to be playing if we're not competing, and we want to be around the top for the whole way through.
And there's also talk, potentially a rumour going around about a third import for the club. Is there any truth in that at all?
Maybe no, not so much right now. I think I thought Matt and I have been playing pretty well so far, so we both had a little bit of a bad patch there. But we've both, I thought, picked up our games the last few, especially this past weekend, and I've been pretty happy with Vizari the last couple of weeks as well. So I don't know if that's needed right now, but it is something that's always an option.
Certainly a good celebration last week against Chelsea. We all big clapper from 15 feet in.
Well, yeah, it was the first time I've actually shot the puck in the net this year rather than just tipping it in or something. So it was about time. So hopefully, for myself personally, hopefully the pucks start going in a bit more.
Obviously, you've played in the Elite League in your time in this country. There's a lot of talk at the moment around the forums of the likes of Slough Jets and people found some English Premier League potentially dropping down. If they were to come in the league, do you think that would be a good thing? It'd strengthen the league even further?
Yeah, I think it just might show how British hockey's kind of forming again, and I think every few years this is what happens. I know that when I first come over, the BNL was kind of running still, and that kind of went away, and you're kind of seeing everything kind of evolve again. And for owners, this league's much more manageable, and for money-wise, it's a much more manageable league to have. So I would be, obviously happy to have 2 more teams. That wouldn't hurt me at all.
I suppose you've got to sort of say, really, does it sort of paint the picture that it pretty much looks like the National Ice Hockey League is probably the most stable league of all 3, in that the teams seem to have financial troubles. The likes of some of the EPL teams obviously might be running at a loss. Yeah. You've played at the top level, obviously, of the league. You know the costs involved at that level. The English National League is obviously a pretty stable league with a lot of youngsters coming up through the system, and it just goes to show that obviously entertaining crowds. Some of the teams have reported crowds of 3 or 4 figures. That's right. Obviously good to see.
Oh, definitely. The league is very sustainable from what I don't know too much about the books and all the rest of it, but as long as the teams still spend what they're spending, I think this league is very viable. So as long as this league doesn't then start to reach, that's when we'll start to see problems again. But like you said, we're going to have young kids coming through, and we've got to be competitive with what we have.
Looking ahead to this weekend, Chelsea obviously on the road on Sunday, but before that the big test on Saturday against the Invicta Dynamos. Not so long ago they came here and absolutely embarrassed you on home ice. Are you going to change your game plan when you go into that match on Saturday?
No, I just thought, well, maybe a little bit, but we just need to come out ready to play. Obviously we weren't ready to play that night, and that was a bad weekend for us. The worst weekend I think we've had in 5 years, collectively with 2 games like that. So I think revenge is enough to motivate the guys, and we've switched the lines up a little bit, and we've started to play a little bit better hockey since that weekend. I think that was a big wake-up call. So no, I just think if we outwork them and out hit them and outshoot them and get pucks on net and play the way we're supposed to, then we can win every game on this right there.
And like you say, 4 points in the league standing is going to be a massive way towards keeping up in the top end of the league table, and that's nothing that you don't want more so than another. Get a couple of losses, then it puts you down a little bit in the standings, so that's motivation in itself.
Definitely, because like I said, we need to be competing, and these will be our first 2 big league tests. We've been lucky enough to not play any of the top teams in the league yet, and this is going to be a big test for us. We'll know more about the character of our players coming.
Right, thanks for joining us, Jeremy, and good luck on the weekend.
Cheers.